Thank you, Chairman Ender. Senator Hagerty.
Thank you, Chairman Kane. I'd like to turn my attention to you, Secretary Nicholas. It's good to see you here today. In the FY 2024 budget request that you've got, there's over $1 billion in the budget request for law enforcement in other countries. Law enforcement in Latin America, places like Colombia, where policing needs to be reinforced, dealing with counter-narcotics trafficking and that sort of thing. Are you in support of this element of the FY 2024 budget request?
Thank you, Senator. Great to see you again. In order to provide our partners around the hemisphere with a better future that addresses the issues that affect us directly, like illicit narcotics trafficking, fentanyl, irregular migration, we need to address these problems where they are. And that means strengthening law enforcement capacity, judicial capacity, corrections capacity in the region. That's vital.
And that would keep that from bleeding over into America.
Absolutely,
Isn't
Senator.
that the aim? I presume then you would oppose defunding this component of the FY 2024 budget request.
Absolutely, Senator.
I'm trying to then reconcile that. I've been reviewing the President's language on the ability to keep our economy open, our government open past September the 30th. In the language that the White House has sent over with the continuing resolution, there's a component of that that would essentially defund the agency here in America that is responsible for law enforcement, protecting our border, for deporting those who enter our country illegally. It's very shocking to me that in order to avoid a government shutdown, the President is demanding the ability to defund ICE here in America. And I'd like to read directly from this language that the President has sent over to avoid a shutdown. Amounts made available to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement operations and support in this or any other act may be used to provide services and support for refugees, referrals for social services and other related programs, funded through contracts or through the award of grants or cooperative agreements to non-governmental organizations. What this is saying is that the administration wants the authority to reprogram over $7 billion per year of ICE funding away from law enforcement and essentially turn ICE into a travel agency to facilitate the transportation of illegal immigrants to cities like New York. I think you've probably seen Mayor Adams and what's happening there in New York, to cities like mine or to yours. I find this very shocking. I find it very concerning, in fact. And I wonder if you've had the opportunity to review this, and would you support that?
Senator, the process of enforcing our immigration laws is vital, but it doesn't just depend on the enforcement agencies. We have to be able to house migrants who are here irregularly.
Well, I think if you take the ability, the enforcement agency that is responsible for deporting those people here illegally, for buying the tickets to send them home, is now going to be turned, according to this language. And, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit this for the record. Page 41 of the language that comes along with this request to keep the government open past September the 30th would require this administration, the Biden administration, to have the ability to reprogram the entirety, over $7 billion per year, of funding toward relocation of people into America. It's going to create a magnet, if you will. It will undermine, it'll overwhelm, frankly, north of $7 billion per year, the $1 billion that's being requested in your budget. I think that's a great concern. It should be a concern to you.
Well, I'm not an official with the DHS, but I will say that our partners in DHS need the ability to facilitate the repatriation of those persons not found to have a reason to remain in the United States. They are under various judicial orders that they cannot hold migrants beyond a certain period of time. You need someplace to refer those people to.
I hear that, but this would allow the administration to reverse all the funds that would be necessary to send those people back. They'd have the authority now to convert all of those funds into a resettlement program. And if you saw the video that I saw this morning of Mayor Adams in New York City talking about what's happening to his city right now, he's saying that this illegal immigration is destroying his city. This provision, if we allow it to pass, will enable that. It's very disappointing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Hagerty. Senator Merkley.
Thank you very much. Appreciate all of your testimony and expertise. I want to start on the topic of Honduras. President Castro presents a new opportunity to address corruption. In the past, Honduras had a commission, CC, that is the commission known as the International Commission Against Corruption